You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what up, hood table squad? What's up, what's up, what's up? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today to my Power Book 2 premiere review. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys have already watched the show, because it's going to be spoilers. Y'all know how I do with my in-depth reviews. But anyway, make sure you like and share the video, and also subscribe to The Hood Table. And also follow us at our website, thehoodtable.com, IG, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you very kindly. But let's jump right into this. Starting off. The episode literally starts where it left off at, from Power, the old Power show. Tasha is still waiting to take a murder charge. She's willing to go down. She doesn't want them to know that her son Tariq really killed Ghost. But even that police officer who was escorting Tasha knew that Tasha didn't kill Ghost. But no matter what, Tasha is willing to go down for the murder. The officer even stated, "You don't look like you can pull that off." But we all know that is not the case. So far from the case. Tasha is capable of murdering someone, but this one murder was not on her. Tamika Robinson has been hired to take Tasha's case. Robinson, if you can remember, is the former U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of New York. She was fired as a scapegoat after the death of Angela Valdez, Ghost's ex-girlfriend. Robinson thinks it would be a wise decision to do a plea. So she's going to plead self-defense. However, even after Robinson pleaded that Tasha is a battered woman, has children, and is not a flight risk, the judge was like, She ordered her to stay in custody anyway because it was a murder one charge, so no bail. But after court, Robinson and Tasha, they met with prosecutor Sullivan to make a deal of criminally negligent homicide E, which would be felony probation. The prosecutor at first, she wasn't willing to accept that deal, but then counter offered man to 5 years. But while providing photos of dead victims that, authorities allege that Ghost killed, and along with a side of Robinson's threats to maybe either give us this deal or you can risk losing your job, she ended up, okay, we'll make a deal. So later, Robinson relayed to Tasha that the DA is willing to offer 4 years of probation for criminally negligent homicide, with all the other charges excluded. That meant no jail time, thanks to people in high places, also like politicians who might not want anybody to pull up their dirt, because of them dealing with Ghost when he was alive. But anyway, why did I get a feeling that her attorney, Robinson, was not truly there to help her? Her attorney kept insisting that Tasha admits who her accomplice was. Due to Robinson's career, possibly being in jeopardy, and Tasha, potentially risking exposure to herself, Robinson begged Tasha to give her a name, just give her a name. Of course, Tasha wouldn't cave, but Robinson figured it out anyway. She was like, "It's Tariq. It's your son." And then immediately Tasha had to fire her because she don't want Tariq involved with this at all. Now, miles away on foot, Tariq was dashing to a meeting at Stanfield, which he was late for. The meeting was with Ida, a faculty member, the dean, I believe, that prestigious school, and with Simon Stern. You might remember that Simon was one of Ghost's rival club owners who also attempted to steal truth from up under Ghost. But later, being late for the meeting was not a good look for Ida. And she was, on top of that, she wasn't fully convinced that Tariq is Stanfield material. But thanks to Simon's high praises of Tariq, she is giving him a chance so long as he tutors one of their students. That student is Ezekiel Cross, a basketball player who needs help with not one subject, but all of them. I'm like, how the heck he get into college? But anyway, after hearing about his mother firing her attorney, Tariq sought out attorney Davis Mclean, played by none other than man. Ooh, he's so fine. Anyway, where was I? Okay. Tariq asked Mclean to defend his mother for the murder of his father Ghost. Mclean, who was in a rush and not wanting to, waste any time, basically told Tariq to just accept the fact that his mother would be in jail for a long, long time. That didn't stop Tariq's persistence, though. So Mclean told him if he took the case, he needs $500,000 liquid upfront cash, cold hard cash, and then they can talk. Tasha, she eventually made a collect call to Tariq, claiming that she's just going to settle for a public defender. She also demanded that Tariq focuses on school. Stay focused on school, son. That's all I want you to do, instead of trying to save her. But settling for a public pretender, yes, I said pretender, led to prosecutors being able to come up with much more charges and a 15-year bid for aiding and abetting. So she gave us the name Andre Coleman as the shooter because it was his gun, which even Sachs knows is not the truth, though. He knows that Andre didn't commit that murder. Now, her son, Tariq, he has other plans, which was to seek out one of Tasha's old daycare clients, Epiphany Turner. If you recall, Epiphany used to strip and sell drugs. Being that Epiphany owes Tasha a solid, she's going to help Tariq make some money, so long as he finds his own product. To get some product, he hits up his ex, Effie. Still in his feelings, though, about how Effie did him dirty after, accepting the drugs. Tariq didn't pay her not 1 cent for them drugs. For those who might have forgotten, Effie submitted an anonymous tip that Tariq was distributing drugs throughout the school, even though she was doing it too. But anyway, Effie claimed it wasn't personal. It was just business. But how you doing? How your mama doing? So for a petty payback, Tariq told her, it's nothing personal, Effie. It's just business. And that product he later gives to Epiphany, well, I can't never say that word right, Epiphany, to get rid of. So after attending a meeting with Professor Milgram, which failed horribly, Tariq finally met Ezekiel, the basketball player that he's supposed to tutor. Ezekiel takes him to his aunt Monet's house, Mary J. Blige, where they met up with a crowd, a congratulations party for Ezekiel. Tariq then gets introduced to the family and also to one of Ezekiel's beautiful cousins named Diana. A fight later breaks out between another cousin, Kane, and a guy named Rail over Rail's girlfriend. At that time, Aunt Monet makes the men stop fighting. She kicks Rail out the party. However, Rail came back with a gun, ready to put in some work, until Kane walked up to him with his own gun, and then the police arrived. But even though Tariq and Diana seem to have an interest in each other, he decides to call it a night after witnessing all that drama. He's like, man, I don't need all this. So, and upon the next day, Kane puts a couple of bullets in Rail. So, will there be no more drama? I got that from Mary J. Blige's song, right? But anyway, Monet was waiting outside in the car for him. I'm like, well, damn, that got me thinking, oh, shoot, Mary, what you up to? But anywho, that evening, Cooper Sachs pays a visit to Robinson, needing information regarding the St. Patrick case. But even though she's no longer representing Tasha, she tells him it's privileged information. But using hypothetically, Cooper asks, what if you had a witness who saw your client, like a public official, let's say at the murder scene, let's say with a handgun? Man, the mere mention of that now has Robinson wondering if Cooper was involved or had in fact killed Ghost himself. After them going back and forth and making more exchanges, Robinson throws him out of her house, for fear that if subpoenaed, she would have to mention everything Sachs just told her. Now, Tariq later met up with Lauren, who suggested that he, in his next meeting with Professor Milgram, tell them how he really sees that book he was supposed to read, how he feels like killing is a choice. That advice, though, did help him. That helped them to see the real Tariq. Sachs, he also hunted down Tariq to ask him to convince his mother, Tasha, to tell the truth of who her real accomplice was. But knowing good darn well that idea is not going to fly with Tasha, he instead borrowed his homie's phone, made a live IG video thanking attorney Mclean for accepting his mother's case, which he hadn't. But that bold move impressed Mclean, and he decided to meet up with Tariq again. And then once they met, Tariq gave him $50,000 for down payment to represent his mother. He also gave Mclean a message for his mother, which was, please come home. You need to come home. Tell the truth. You don't deserve to be in jail. She can basically get the same reduced sentence of probation if she tells the truth. But when it came time to appear in court, she lied again. But this time gave up Tommy Egan. I couldn't believe that, and I couldn't believe what happened next. Tasha claimed that Tommy Egan killed Ghost because she asked him to. Why did she do that? That backfired. Now Tasha is being charged for the murder of Ghost under the federal continuing criminal enterprise kingpin statute. They are trying to say that she's a kingpin just as Ghost was. Obviously, Tariq is highly upset about what just transpired, but he manages to convince Mclean to stay on the case. Mclean is like, what have you got me into? Who is your mama? What is your... But he said, this will make you the most powerful criminal attorney in New York when you win this case. But after that, what was Tariq up to? In the end, they showed him at the library, looking up background information on Maria's father, who went to prison. And we see Mary J. Blige and some of the photos on the computer. We shall see what he's up to, possibly in the next episode, y'all. But anyway, that's my take. That's my review on their premiere of Power Book 2. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. I also hope y'all, if y'all didn't get a chance to watch the first episode, even though you might have came here first, still watch the episode, still support the show. I love the show. Been watching it since day one. So I was really excited when the show the spinoff finally started. It's finally here, y'all. It's finally here, y'all. Hey, Power. Man, I'm telling y'all, this is one of my favorite shows that I love to review. Anyway, make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to follow us on thehoodtable.com, where you can sign up for our monthly newsletters and IG, Facebook, and Twitter. In the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.